Now on CoastTV News.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmar. We're waking up to some chilly temperatures. A November-like chill is going to be in the air today. So the coolest air so far this fall season, and some frosty mornings are ahead. Are there any rain chances, though? I'll break it all down in my full forecast here in minutes.
Clearing coastal channels, a long-awaited dredging project begins in Fenwick Island. How much the town is on the hook for, and where it is receiving financial help.
Flooding frustrations a week after being hit by Hurricane Milton. We look at the effects that remain from this powerful storm.
Dunkin' moved to Milton. The plans of the coffee and donut chain to expand in Sussex County.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
And I'm Elisa Weber. Paige Marley's off today, and thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, tan, rested and ready. Got to see our Paige Marley get married over the weekend. Wonderful ceremony. We're going to have some pictures of that. We'll get to that later in this half hour.
Now, you said tan. Paige and I are on the same page. Did you wear your sunscreen?
I wore
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Did
yeah,
you?
because we brought down some of these little bottles that we are like, we are not bringing these back, so we will use these and so we don't have to bring them back.
Well, if you're at Paige's wedding, you have to wear sunscreen. It's just to honor the bride.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wore it because we were closer to the equator.
I know,
a little bit more dangerous down there.
That's true. Well, it was hot there, but we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono. Chris, it is not hot here. We're getting some colder weather.
Definitely not. And congratulations to Paige and all of everybody. And yes, it is well chilly this morning. Not going to need the sunscreen today. Live look from Salisbury from our Spicer Brothers camp. 43 degrees, dew point 36. So it is very dry out there. But check this out. We are some 20 to 25 degrees cooler than where we were at this time yesterday. You can see those temperatures right now. We're at 43 in Seaford, 42 Georgetown, a little milder at the coast where we're at 48 there in Rehoboth Beach. Winds right now aren't as gusty as they were yesterday, but we will see some gusts 20 this afternoon. Frost advisory to the north. Not dealing with any frost here. We have a thin veil of clouds over the area preventing from that frost to really form. We have a upper level trough here in the west. This may spread maybe a sprinkle or two later on this evening, but it is very dry, so I really wouldn't bank on that. But stepping outside the door this morning, maybe the hoodie will do. Maybe touching around 60 this afternoon, but we will see a mix of sun and clouds. And again, maybe a sprinkle or two this evening. But for the most part, we are going to stay dry. We are going to talk about a warming trend, though, in that extended forecast when I come back a bit later on.
Thank you, Chris. Days after Hurricane Milton, some people in Florida still dealing with extensive flooding. Flooding has left many homes damaged and people displaced. And as you can see right here on your screen, this home completely surrounded by water. Officials say some river levels surpassed records following Hurricane Ian.
And happening today, the land you see on your screen right now is up for discussion in Lewis. Developers want to build a new townhouse development on the east side of Savannah Road near BB Healthcare. The Oscar H. Jr. and Thelma Warrington trustees submitted a preliminary land use service, also known as a PLUS application, in May. The development over Fall Preserve would contain 90 townhome units with amenities like a clubhouse and a pool. And according to that PLUS application, the development is targeted at entry-level and market-rate homeowners.
Developing news in Milton, that is where the McDonald's currently under construction could be getting competition for breakfast options. Dunkin' Donuts has presented a plan that will be reviewed tonight by the town's Planning and Zoning Commission. It calls for a drive-through store to be built on Broadkill Road. That's right across from the car wash on the north side of town. Davis, Bowen, and Ferdell Incorporated out of Milford. That is the engineering firm that presented the plans that were reviewed by the town council. And now council wants Planning and Zoning to make a recommendation on this addition to Milton.
And these shallow waters in the Little Assoman Bay are a decades-old problem, but that all changes now. The Fenwick Island dredging project is officially underway, and according to the town, the project will cost $2.3 million, but the town will only have to pay $500,000 of that. The rest will be covered by the state of Delaware and Sussex County. And one local we spoke with thinks this is money well spent.
I've had my next door neighbor get stuck, and I've had quite a few people get stuck over the summers, yeah.
And if you're out in the water between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., expect to see some dredging. And dredged materials will be placed on property off of land of Route 54 and land for a new housing development being built by the Carl M. Freeman Companies. 23 townhomes were approved for the area after the previous plans for a hotel and restaurant were shot down after opposition.
More information on a deadly crash that happened Sunday in Milton. According to Delaware State Police, 66-year-old Sherman Jackson from Lewis was speeding on Stockley Road early Sunday morning. His vehicle hit a mailbox and continued through a front yard and crashed into a tree. Police say Jackson was not wearing a seatbelt and was pronounced dead at the scene.
And we know 20-year-old John Cardona Esquí was the man killed in Georgetown crash last week. This is the area right here on your screen, and according to Delaware State Police, a Peterbilt container truck was driving on the Hardscrabble Road when it pulled in front of the victim's car, resulting in that crash.
New this morning, barking dogs must bite their tongues in Delaware. Here's what we're talking about. On Monday, Governor John Carney signed legislation that bars dog owners from allowing their dogs to bark for extended periods of time. The legislation describes this as continuously for 15 minutes or intermittently 30 minutes or more. And while there are a few conditional exceptions, dog owners could be fined $150 for violations.
Now in Ocean City, after a month-long closure, the inlet parking lot is officially open again. The largest public parking lot in the OC area was closed for big fall events, including Oceans Calling and endless summer cruising.
Nearly $20 million to improve facilities in Georgetown could be one step closer. Town wants to borrow up to $18 million for a new police department building and public works space. How will Georgetown pay for it? They're looking at a tax increase. The town will hold a special election to decide the fate of the proposal. Police Chief Ralph Holm Jr. says this new building will help out a lot.
We're going to have the best of everything. Our security will be the best. We'll be getting new equipment, and that's going to help us in the long run. Processing evidence will become more secure, safer for the officers.
And the election will take place November 18th at Town Hall. We got another election to talk about. Just 21 days to go. Presidential hopefuls are out on the campaign trail in full force, mobilizing voters to get out the vote.
And the latest NBC News national poll finds Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are in a dead heat. NBC's Alice Barr shows us the strategies both voters use to appeal to voters in the Pennsylvania swing state.
As the presidential nominees look to expand their outreach in the final 3 weeks before Election Day, Vice President Harris now set for a sit-down interview on Fox News tomorrow, after appealing to undecided voters in one of the swingiest counties of swing state Pennsylvania.
Erie County, you are a pivot county.
The vice president played clips of former President Trump.
The worst people are the enemies from within. The enemy from within.
Talking about using the military to handle what he called radical left lunatics on Election Day.
He's talking about that he considers anyone who doesn't support him or who will not bend to his will an enemy of our country.
The former president's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, defended those military comments.
Well, is it a justifiable use of those assets if they're rioting and looting and burning cities down to the ground? Of course it is.
While Mr. Trump was also in Pennsylvania at a town hall calling Vice President Harris dangerous and talking immigration and the economy.
Because you've been eaten alive with inflation, and all I'm doing is getting you back to even.
The former president cut off questioning after two audience members needed medical attention in the warm room and instead listened to music with the crowd. He'll rally tonight in Atlanta while Vice President Harris is set for a radio town hall in Detroit with host Charlemagne the God. Her latest effort to target support among black men, a key demographic where former President Trump has made some gains. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
In Delaware, it is now a crime to distribute changed audio or video, otherwise known as deep fakes, with the intent of doing damage to a candidate in a political campaign. And it was just about 4 months ago this bipartisan amendment, co-sponsored by Sussex County Senators Russ Huxtable and Brian Pettyjohn, to Delaware Code was approved by the General Assembly. On Monday, Governor John Carty made it official, and there are misdemeanor charges for first offenses, and it could become felonies if it is repeated. And it will not be a crime if there is a disclaimer stating that the audio and/or images were altered. And we're just getting started here on Coast TV News this morning.
Yeah, coming up now that summer season is over, Lewis cleaning up its beaches. What are the options if you left a kayak or umbrella near the city's dunes?
And also, some parents in Milford worry about the student safety due to what they say is a lack of sidewalks. We'll tell you what the mayor says the city is considering to remedy this issue.
And more help for hurricane. The latest group along the coast to send donations to those impacted by intense storms. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
Join us for the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer in Ocean City on Saturday, October 26th. The walk starts at 8 a.m. on the boardwalk at the inlet. Sign up to walk or lead a team to celebrate courage and hope for breast cancer survivors, those living with metastatic breast cancer, caregivers, and families. Be the hope to help end breast cancer for everyone. For more details, visit coastcountry.com. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Smell funky? Get Skunky, the shower anywhere sponges that clean all your funky parts from your head to your feet and everything in between. Just add water, work it into a rich lather, and it's ready to use. Skunky effectively lifts and removes oil and dirt from your skin and hair without any rinsing required. Just towel dry and you're done without any sticky residue. Skunky is ideal for contractors or anyone who works outdoors. A hiking, fishing, or camping trip wouldn't be complete without Skunky. Skunky is a game changer for all ages and a must for elder care. Call now and get 20 Skunky 60-second shower pads for only $9.99. But wait, order now and we'll send you 5 more absolutely free. That's 25 showers for only $9.99. There's a strict limit of 1 family pack per order at this incredibly low price. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-615-9517 or visit GetSkunky.com. That's GetSkunky.com. Order now.
Well, good morning, Delmar. The sunrise coming up at 7:11 as we look into Ocean City. It is a tranquil but chilly start. We're seeing temperature right now in Ocean City, 49 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at about 8 miles an hour. There's that temperature change over the last 24 hours. We are some 25 degrees cooler in Georgetown. There you see we are in the low 40s across inland locations. Winds will pick up again this afternoon. Not as high as yesterday. We'll see generally about 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts. So stepping outside this morning, we're seeing those temperatures into the 40s. Not warming up all that much. Maybe touching that 60-degree mark, but I think most of us will be in that upper 50 range. We do talk about a warming trend, though, in that extended forecast. I'll bring that to you here in a little bit.
Ocean City chapter of the Sons and Daughters of Italy is sending donations to help hurricane victims. Members collected clothing, food, and essential items with a collection center set up at Treasure Beach RV Park. And these contributions will fill 3 tractor trailers, which are being sent to those to assist those impacted by Hurricane Helene. Today, offshore wind playing a role in Delaware's Advisory Council on Shelf Fisheries. Council is meeting today at 7, including a focus on fisheries in federal waters and offshore wind. The in-person session will take place at the Little Creek Hunter Education Training Center. That's in Dover, but you can also join that meeting online.
And a new analysis has found the Boeing strike has so far cost the company nearly $5 billion. And the Anderson Economic Group says workers and shareholders make up the bulk of those losses. And Boeing customers have lost $285 million since the strike started, according to that analysis. Talks between Boeing and the striking workers broke off last week after 2 days of federal mediated negotiating. And Starbucks is cutting back on promotional offers through its mobile app to get customers to pay full prices for its beverages. It's all a part of CEO Brian Nichols' strategy to reposition Starbucks as a premium brand. And there won't be any broad holiday offerings this season, as the company instead plans to promote seasonal drinks through advertising. And still ahead, some parents in Milford think there's an issue with safety when taking their kids to and from school. We'll tell you the efforts currently underway to tackle that problem.
And you're certainly going to need your warm coffee, maybe going warm, maybe going pumpkin spice. Well, it's your choice, but we are going to finally see those fall-like temperatures throughout the day. Temperatures barely getting to that 60-degree mark this afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. We do talk about that sunny, dry weather continuing. My full forecast is coming up when Coast TV News Today comes right back.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmar Proud.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we get into the Halloween spirit with Zombie Fest. Then learn how you can make a difference with mobile blood donation pods. And we debate what's scarier, ghost stories or horror films. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort Toy Drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Don't mistake Nanos for cheap amplifiers. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids, which means no more having to go to a doctor and spend thousands. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Order right now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Huddle up for Nittany Game Week.
Get a sideline seat with coaches Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley as they join host Todd Sadowski for expert analysis on the blue and white. Nittany Game Week, Friday nights at 10:30 and Saturday mornings at 11 on DSN.
Next week,
you're taking a tour of Alaska. $10,000 more dollars. You're on a roll. You've seen this show before?
Tuesday at 7 on Coast TV.
Time is 5:17 and you are looking live at Ocean City. Bit chilly there near the canals, near the water. Chris, I guess you could say it's cooler just about everywhere at this time of the morning.
Oh, without question. People have been saying, oh, well, when's the fall-like weather going to come? Well, it is here, and it is going to be here at least for the next few days. But believe it or not, we are going to see a warming trend, though, in that extended forecast. There you see temperatures, well, 25 degrees cooler in Georgetown, where we're at 42. 43 in Salisbury, 48 Bethany Beach, and we're at 49 in Ocean City. Well, we had some gusts yesterday as high as 30, 35. Right now, winds are relatively calm, but we will see those gusts pick up this afternoon, generally about 20, 25 miles an hour. Frost advisories across South Jersey. We do have a small craft advisory that just expired at the coast, but we do have that in the bay that extends until about 6 p.m. on Wednesday. There's that thin veil of clouds. It's kind of helping prevent frost from developing here, and we are seeing this weak trough back off to the west. May see a shower or two skirt into Delmar later, but I think a lot of this moisture is going to dry out. But boy, I'll tell you what, if you had a chance to see Tsuchinchan Atlas, this is the comet. This was sent in by Ethan Holland, our Vice President of Digital Media, and you will be able to see this here over the next few days, 45 through the end of the month, 45 minutes after sunset. And check this out. Hopefully you get a glimpse of it because it's not going to be back for another 80,000 years. Partly cloudy, breezy conditions this afternoon, maybe lower 60s. I do think most of the area is going to remain in the upper 50s with those winds out of the west-northwest at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. So through the overnight, though, we will clear out any clouds that we see build back in. Tomorrow morning, though, I could see some patchy frost, especially interior locations as we dip into the upper 30s to low 40s. And then we're going to see mostly sunny skies. Another chilly day tomorrow, upper 50s to right around that 60-degree mark. We will see a coastal low develop. That could throw a few clouds at the coast on Thursday, but boy, I'll tell you what, high pressure is really going to build in here through the end of the week. As I mentioned, gusts could be generally between about 20-25 miles an hour over the next few days, and then we'll see those winds shift out of the north. There's that coastal low on Thursday. That's going to skirt off to the northwest, and you see by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are in high pressure and plenty of sunshine. 60 today. We're at 40 overnight. Patchy frost developing by daybreak Wednesday. We're at 60. A mostly chilly day. Congratulations to our umbrella winner, Georgia Morowski of Selbyville, Delaware. Hopefully I pronounced that last name correctly. 67 on Friday, and there you see, folks, our dry stretch of weather continues. We are bone dry. We do need the rain, and we're back into the mid to upper 70s by the end of that extended forecast.
Thank you, Chris. Happening in Milford, some parents there say they're increasingly worried about getting their kids to school safely. The reason, well, they say there just aren't enough sidewalks and crosswalks near Lulu Ross and Mispillion elementary schools. Milford, the school district, and the police department all say that student safety is a priority. Milford Mayor Todd Collada tells Coast TV that the city is considering adding more crosswalks and updating sidewalk regulations. But one parent says something needs to change sooner rather than later.
Sean, the youngest one, it worries him, but he said, you know what, Pappy, I'll be brave. I'll just be brave. You shouldn't have to hear that out of a little boy because he's, has to walk down the street with 2,000-pound cars.
Now, there's currently construction across the Mispillion Elementary School to add sidewalks in one area. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll, and we want to know, what's the biggest safety issue for children walking to school?
And so far, 73% say speeding cars, and then at 16%, the next highest vote was no sidewalks. Narrowing streets was 8%, and poor lighting was 3%. I think all of those factors, they all can make a
good
change in the
options to vote for, and
situation.
you can make a case for all those to be the top priority, too.
Absolutely. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. And Sussex Technical High School will hold its 8th grade open house and community day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. this Saturday, October 19th. People can learn about the school's programs, activities, and new building plans. Sussex Tech offers on-the-job training for high schoolers in various careers, and Delaware's school choice application period runs from November 4th to January 8th.
Up next, beach items left in Lewis. What are your options if you left a kayak or an umbrella near the city's dunes? Don't go anywhere as Coast TV News Today continues after this.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy like I am.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
Capture your favorite moments at the Coast TV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The Coast TV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Merlin's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
We've been telling you about this for months. Lewis is taking action on items left on the beach after the summer, and you now only have until October 30th to pick up any items you may have left from the city. The debris left behind by beachgoers includes kayaks and umbrellas, and the city conducts this cleanup each year after the summer season. And some tourists believe that people visiting the beach should be more conscientious about what they leave behind.
I just think that the people got to be more aware of the environment and pick up trash. If you're using the beach, be respectful for others that we're going to follow, and take your devices away. Your crafts, your kayaks, watercraft, anything of that nature, take it with you.
And the city says it deems items unsalvageable will be discarded.
All right, as promised, some of you know that I was away for a few days attending Paige Marley's wedding in Punta Cana. I just wanted to show a few pictures now that I'm back.
I saw some on social media, and she looked perfect, and also the weather looked perfect.
Yeah, so this was at the rehearsal dinner. You can tell it was hot down there. This was officially termed a welcome dinner with a number of guests traveling to be part of the wedding party. Okay, the wedding of the century. Or just a year here at CoastTV. Very hot. I don't know how she survived in that dress, but she did look beautiful. And many of us changed after the ceremony for more comfortable attire. There is Paige and Jonathan. Beautiful vows, beautiful backdrop, some tears of joy. It was just a wonderful time.
And I see the Penn State golf shirt made an appearance too.
Yeah, well, it's good navy blue. Good combination there on the colors.
Yeah, that looked so nice. Aw, congratulations to Paige and Jonathan.
All right, now we bring back First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono's back with us.
Hey guys, how you doing? All right.
And Chris, you were talking about how it's cold outside, so I don't know. Some people may still want to go in the water, but there's high rip current risk too today if you venture out there.
Yeah, I think the only person venturing out in the water today may be a surfer, maybe that. But I'll tell you what, the 60 degree, maybe if we're lucky, it's going to be a bit deceiving because we're going to see breezy conditions once again. So it's going to have a very November-like feel across the area, especially with a mix of sun and clouds. Lowest starting out in the 40s, only topping out in the upper 50s. So a chilly day to say the least. Over in Cambridge and Crisfield, we're starting out at 47. Rising to about 58. We will see a bit more in the way of cloud cover, especially later on in the day as a weak system passes through the area. We could even see a brief sprinkle this evening, but that dry weather is going to persist over the long term here. We'll look at that in the full 7-day forecast a little bit later on.
Now to break on CoastTV News today, both presidential candidates are pushing for voters in swing states as the election inches closer. We'll tell you the strategies each is using to appeal to voters.
Also, Georgetown officials looking to borrow millions for a new police station and public works building. Now this process is now in the hands of people living in the town.
And a Dunkin' Donuts could be coming to Milton. We'll tell you how the possibility could irritate an already sore spot for another restaurant with many Milton locals. CoastTV News Today will be right back.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting. Local professional painters at an affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Now on CoastTV News.
Well, grab the coat. You can feel that November-like chill in the air today, waking up the temperatures in the low 40s. And we're going to see some frosty mornings in the mornings ahead. We'll talk more about that, the unseasonably cool temperatures, and how long they stick around in my full forecast here in minutes.
Paying for police building, the cost of this project in Georgetown, and the next step in getting it finalized.
Criticism on the campaign trail as the presidential candidates call each other dangerous for America.
More chain eateries in Milton. Dunkin' Donuts is aiming to be the latest. How close is the coffee and donuts brand having a new location in Sussex County?
This is CoastTV News Today.
October 15, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Paige Marley is off today.
And the time is 5:31. We got a chilly start to our Tuesday.
It is chilly. It's getting colder outside, and my parents bought a Christmas tree already.
You showed me pictures of that.
They claim it was on sale, but apparently my dad's ready for December, which I'm not. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono. Chris, it's getting colder outside. It's sweatshirt weather officially. My favorite.
And Matt, good morning to you all. Good morning to Delmar. Live look in Dover Bay Health Cam. It is a quiet and tranquil start, but a chilly one at that. We're at 44 in Dover. Note the dew point 33, still very dry, bone dry air mass in place. Winds are relatively calm at 3 miles an hour. Well, we are wow, look at this, 25 degrees cooler. Georgetown, 27 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. So that air mass is certainly in place across the area. We're at 41 Delmar, 46 Millsboro, 42 Ocean Pines, and 43 in Milton. Winds will pick up this afternoon once again, not as high as yesterday. It will be breezy though, and we are seeing a frost advisory across portions of South Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania. No frost to deal with here. We're dealing with a thin veil of clouds over the area. That is helping to prevent any frost from developing. This system out in the west, I think most of this moisture is going to kind of dry up as it pushes east, but we could see a brief shower or sprinkle into the afternoon. As I mentioned, yes, you're going to need the jacket today. Definitely a warm beverage of your choice this morning, as well as your sunglasses. Stepping outside, though, as I mentioned, temperatures in the low 40s. By this afternoon, only getting into the upper 50s, maybe grazing that 60-degree mark in some locations. We will talk about the return of 70-degree temperatures in that extended forecast here in a little bit.
Chris, and new this morning, Milton is beginning another chain restaurant. Dunkin' Donuts has submitted plans to the town council to build along Broadkill Road on the north side of the town, right across from the car wash and the north side of town, and also near the McDonald's that is currently under construction. Davis, Bone and Friedel Incorporated of Milford is the engineering firm that presented the plans, and now the council wants the planning and zoning to make a recommendation on this addition to Milton, and the commission is scheduled to meet tonight.
Happening today, the land you see here on your screen up for discussion in Lewis. There are plans for a new townhouse development on the east side of Savannah Road. That's near BB Healthcare. The Oscar H. Jr. and Thelma Warrington trustees submitted a preliminary land use service. It's also known as a PLUS application. That was back in May. The development, Overfall Preserve, it would contain 90 townhouse units with amenities like a clubhouse and a pool. According to the PLUS application, the development is targeted for entry-level and market-rate homeowners.
Georgetown police are looking to upgrade their facilities with a new station and public works building.
If you've ever been to the police station in Georgetown, you know it's not the biggest building there.
Yeah, and that's why the department has created a project plan that would significantly increase the size and quality of their workspace.
But as Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, not everyone is happy about it.
Better facilities, better services.
We're going to have the best of everything.
That's the Georgetown Police Department's goal with their new and improved facilities project, but it comes with a hefty price tag, up to $18 million in community funding.
I'm ashamed to say that that is the police department around there.
That money would fund a new police station and a new public works building. And to pay for it, the town would tax homeowners.
The problem here is the way this was presented as a package to the people.
The additional cost works out to about $200 a year on average. Some won't like that, some will view it as necessary. Ultimately, all the townspeople will get a say during a special election next month. But Georgetown Police Chief Ralph Holm Jr. thinks the benefits to his staff and by extension the community are worth it.
Our security will be the best. We'll be getting new equipment, and that's going to help us in the long run. Processing evidence will become more secure, safer for the officers.
Georgetown Mayor Bill West agrees.
This is going to entitle us to keep the officers that we've got instead of them moving on to other departments, and is going to entitle them to have a better behavior, a better attitude, a better work environment to do things right for the people of Georgetown.
Not everyone at Monday's meeting were rallying to the cause. Community member Linda Dennis is mad.
I think all of us could have benefited from a more considerate and careful consideration of everything. This went very quickly, and most people feel it's being forced on them.
Opinions remain mixed, but the town and its officers will get an answer on this project soon.
The decision of whether or not to move forward with this project is now in the hands of the public and their votes. There'll be a special election on November 18th, right at the town hall. In Georgetown, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
In Ocean City, after a month-long closure, the inlet parking lot opened again. Largest public parking area in OC. It was closed for big fall events that included Ocean's Calling and endless summer cruising.
And it's now 21 days until the presidential election, and both Vice President Harris and former President Trump are making their cases in swing states. Both held Monday night events in Pennsylvania, and the latest NBC national poll conducted in early October shows this race is a dead heat among registered voters. During the events, Harris claimed another Trump presidency would be dangerous, while Trump blasted the Biden-Harris administration on the withdrawal in 2021 from Afghanistan.
This is among the reasons I believe so strongly that a second Trump term would be a huge risk for America and dangerous.
The way they got out was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened. Probably led to Putin going into Ukraine. Probably he looked at it, he said, these people aren't very good, are they? He would have never done that with me.
And both candidates are also taking their messages to podcasts and radios. And in Delaware, it is now a crime to distribute changed audio or video, otherwise known as deep fakes, with the intent of doing damage to a candidate in a political campaign. And it was just about 4 months ago this bipartisan amendment, co-sponsored by Sussex County Senators Russ Huxtable and Brian Pettyjohn, to Delaware Code was approved by the General Assembly. On Monday, Governor John Carney made it official, and there are misdemeanor charges for first offenses, and it could become a felony if it is repeated. It will not be a crime if there is a disclaimer stating that the audio and or images are altered.
A lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, more eyes in Ellendale will tell you how close the town officials say they are to having a neighborhood watch and what they are asking for.
Also, field hockey frenzy. We have an overtime thriller in Delaware.
And Lace Up in Lewis will tell you how an annual event aims to raise awareness for Delaware's agricultural industry and how you can register before it takes off this weekend. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we get into the Halloween spirit with Zombie Fest. Then learn how you can make a difference with mobile blood donation pods. And we debate what's scarier, ghost stories or horror films. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
Get the CoastTV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmar. It is a cold, dry start to our day. 43 degrees right now in Salisbury. Winds are relatively calm, but they will begin picking up this afternoon. And you can see that temperature change over the last 27 hours. It's 27 degrees colder in Cambridge than this time yesterday. And you can see those temperatures right now, lower 40s across interior, upper 40s at the coast. And as I mentioned, the gusts will pick up to about 20, 25 miles an hour through the afternoon. So no issues for your commute this morning. It is going to be dry and cold, so be sure to grab that coat heading out, and we will stay rather chilly throughout the day. So if you're heading out to the golf course today, it's going to be a bit breezy. I can tell you that. Despite that 60-degree temperature, it's going to be a bit deceiving because it's going to feel a lot chillier out there with those winds. We do talk about some nicer golf weather over the weekend, and I'll bring that to you here in a little bit. Matt?
Thank you, Chris. Happening today, Delaware will name its Teacher of the Year. You may remember this woman, Miss Dill from Milford. She was part of our Coastal Connection series, and she is one of this year's nominees. A Milford teacher won this award in 2023.
And this Saturday, the Delaware Farm Bureau Foundation will host its 4th annual Lace Up for AG Literacy 5K Run and Walk at the Hopkins Farm Creamery in Lewis. This event is aimed at raising funds for agricultural education, and registration fees are starting at $30, and they say proceeds will help promote awareness of Delaware's agricultural industry and the benefits of local food.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Odessa Field Hockey hoping to build upon their best start in school history at 7-2 on the season. On the other side, Dover aiming to pick up its 2nd win of the season. Senators with the corner, give and go. Sophia Torres back to Hadley Lewicki, and Lyle Torres gets the tip for the Dover goal. They get on the board first in this one. Then the Ducks respond with a drive into the circle. Naomi Filetta 1 times it in for the equalizer. Tie ball game. Double overtime. Odessa corner. They work it around the circle. It skips over to Bailey Hennessy, who finds Olivia Orndorff on the right post for the game winner. Odessa with the 2-1 victory in double OT. To football now. A season ago, the 10 and 11U Woodbridge Raiders placed 2nd at the American Youth Football Nationals, and their coaches teach them to work even harder in the classroom. So we surprised the organization with the first ever Delmarva's Dream Team Award for the month of September, sponsored by your local Toyota dealers. Athletes David Day and Ben Harrison tell us why they are grateful to be led by their coaches.
Every day we end the practice with the student-athlete preach, which is pretty much like student-athlete, student comes first, and do something good for your family. Coaches have a bond with every single one of the kids here, and it's just really a family.
They just like really influence us to be good and a great person, and they just really want us to be successful in life.
Watch the full story by visiting delmarvasportsnetwork.com. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up today on the Delmarva Sports Network, it's your game of the night. Laurel will take on Woodbridge in football at 7 p.m. Then at 10:30, be sure to stay tuned for the final score. And coming up today on DSN Plus, starting off with your app exclusive games at 4 p.m., you can watch Indian River take on Milford in field hockey. Then at 5:30, Sussex Academy will face Stephen Decatur in field hockey. And also at that time, Bennett will play Stephen Decatur in boys soccer. And of course, you can watch that game of the night we just mentioned at 7 p.m. And here's a reminder for the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign. We support charities who handpick families in need, and they ensure every child gets a gift to open Christmas morning. Right now, we are looking for those charities, and we are accepting applications from those nonprofits through October 18th.
Well, it is a cold start this morning on Delmarva, seeing temperatures in the low to mid 40s, on our way only to the upper 50s, maybe right around that 60-degree mark under a mix of sun and clouds. It'll be a breezy day, quite cold as well. But we do talk about a warm up and a dry stretch of weather continuing. My full forecast is coming up when CoastTV News Today continues.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Why abandon a ship you just hijacked? Why kidnap the world's leading expert on kidnapping?
Why would a pop star kill her biggest fan? It's completely irrational.
It's my specialty.
The Irrational, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
NYPD!
I'm listening.
I'm not ratting out a friend of mine.
I want to get these guys. Divide and conquer?
Law and Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
The time is now 5:47. We're going to take a live look outside into Salisbury on this chilly morning, Chris. And Chris, I'm a big sweatshirt person. I've got some Cleveland Brown sweatshirts and Rutgers sweatshirts that are my favorite. But Chris, do you have a favorite sweatshirt that you like to wear?
I'd have to say maybe my Kelly Green Eagles jersey. I think I got a Flyers one too around somewhere. But boy, I'll tell you what, yeah, it is cold stepping outside the door. A little shock after we had 82 on Sunday. Well, look at this. We are 27 degrees colder in Cambridge, 25 degrees cooler in Georgetown, and 25 degrees cooler in Ocean City. There you see those temperatures in the lower 40s. We're in the mid to upper 40s at the coast. Winds right now aren't too much of an issue, but we will see them begin to pick up through the afternoon time frame. Frost advisory to the north. Now, we do see that small craft advisory in the bay until 6 p.m. Wednesday. Now, not seeing much in the way of frost this morning, due in fact because we have a bit of high clouds. That allows for, that prevents from that radiational cooling to take place. This upper level low is swinging in some clouds and may see a stray shower swing in this evening, but not expecting much. And boy, has it been bone dry. We haven't had any rain over a half an inch since this 9th of September. And looking ahead here over the next 6 to 10 days, Climate Prediction Center, mainly dry conditions, drier than normal across much of the eastern half of the country. So a bit more in the way of clouds through the morning and afternoon, but we will see some sun peek through there. Only the mid to upper 50s could graze the 60-degree mark across some locations, but it will be deceiving because winds will be gusting anywhere between 15 to 20, so it's going to feel a lot cooler than that 60-degree high in Salisbury. So Futurecast shows a bit more in the way of clouds through this evening. Again, can't rule out a stray sprinkle or shower this evening. Otherwise, we're clear overnight. I do think we'll see a few areas of patchy frost tomorrow morning as we dip into the upper 30s. Another chilly day. Upper 50s to right around that 60-degree mark. As we get into Thursday, could see some clouds swinging off the coast as a coastal system develops, but I do expect mainly dry conditions, and there's those gusts anywhere between about 20 to 25 really over the next few days, and then we'll see those winds shift out of the north on Thursday. There's that coastal system, maybe grazing the coast with some clouds, but boy, I'll tell you what, we have a big ridge of high pressure building in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekend looking spectacular as that warming trend continues into the weekend. 60 today, we're at 40 overnight, upper 30s interior Delmar, 60 tomorrow. There's our umbrella giveaway to Georgia Morowski of Selbyville, Delaware. Congratulations for that umbrella. Not going to need it because look at this. A lot of sunshine in that 7-day, and we're back up into the low to mid 70s for the weekend.
All right, thank you, Chris. Plans to preserve the 4th Street Forest in Lewis are moving ahead. According to the Greater Lewis Foundation, the group reached its $1 million match 9 months early. The Longwood Foundation was matching donations to purchase the parcel in downtown Lewis. The Open Space Alliance has reached 70% of its $8 million goal with a year to go before the targeted sale date.
Ellendale is preparing to have a few extra set of eyes on the streets soon. The Police and Emergency Response Committee has been working to bring a neighborhood watch to the town. They say they're one step closer to hitting the streets, but they need more people who live in the town to get involved. And Chairman of the Police and Emergency Response Committee, Deborah Short, says there are a number of ways to make your voice heard.
Come out, give us your opinion, give us your feedback. We always have public comment, and within the time frame of the meeting, we always allow for it.
And the committee is ready to hit the streets. They have vests ready to go and lights donated by DelDOT, but they say now all they need is you. 2 people and a dog were rescued over the weekend in Bowers Beach, and here you can see first responders on the scene. Officials, they were there with a watercraft in distress. One person was hurt but was stabilized during this operation. That patient was then airlifted by Delaware State Police to a local hospital for further treatment. And up next on CoastTV News Today, experts say overdose deaths have been on a steady decline in recent months. We'll tell you why and which rise in another area is said to be the case.
The Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Center, along with the Paranormal Piranha, invite you to celebrate 34 years of fun at this year's Sea Witch Festival. This award-winning event takes place in Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, and the resort area, October 25th through 27th. Join Hilda the Sea Witch Balloon as she makes her way down Rehoboth Avenue during Saturday's costume parade. Bring the kids, your folks, and even the dog. Find more information and a schedule of activities at beach-fun.com.
Welcome to Your Space Storage at Bayside, proudly serving the beach with a unique redesigned storage experience. Enjoy our fully enclosed loading area, 24/7 access, climate-controlled units, and a revolutionary self-serve kiosk where you can check in and load in anytime, day or night. Visit us at storeatbayside.com to get your first full month free and lock in your rate for 1 full year with our Your Price Guarantee. Your Space Storage, conveniently located just 2.5 miles from the Fenwick Harris Teeter.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Get ready for the spookiest night of the year. Milton Zombie Fest is creeping up on October 19th starting at 4 p.m. in downtown Milton. It's a haunted Mardi Gras like you've never seen before. Bring the whole family for bone-chilling fun with live music, freak shows, food trucks, costume contests, and a laser light show that'll leave you screaming for more. Admission is free, so come join the undead for a night you won't forget. For more info, visit miltontheater.com. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Overdose deaths in the U.S., lowest they've been in 3 years. That's according to recent federal data, and a steep drop in deaths from fentanyl. That's a key factor driving this overall decline.
And at the same time, a new study says that more people are actually receiving overdose treatment, and they are reversing some of that medication. And Mandy Gaither shows us the reason why experts say they still have work to be done.
It's being called unprecedented progress in the fight against the drug epidemic. Overdose deaths involving fentanyl and other synthetic opioids are down 20% year over year.
A lot of the work that we're already doing when it comes to public awareness and access to reversal agents is working.
Dr. Ashish Panchal with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center is senior author of a new study looking into how many lay people have administered overdose reversing medication.
Naloxone is a life-saving medication that can reverse the effects of an opioid overdose in seconds if given immediately.
Panchal says during a 2-year period between 2020 and 2022, the rate of everyday people administering naloxone to someone experiencing an opioid overdose before EMS arrival increased by more than 43%.
A lay person having this in their hands can actually save someone from an opioid overdose. So trying to get this into the hands of people who can use it to save a life is critically important.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the first over-the-counter opioid antidote last year against a backdrop of record-high opioid deaths. The approval allowed the medicine to be sold without any sort of prescription in retail stores and online.
Of all the people who had assistance from 911, only 3.4% received layperson naloxone. So the word is out, the access is available, but we have a lot more work to do.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And the time is now 5:56 this morning, so it's time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
All right, today's very special Coastal Pet of the Day is celebrating a birthday all month long, Elisa.
I love that.
On your screen, that's Dudley. Dudley turned 9 this month and looks like he couldn't be more comfortable on his favorite couch. Happy birthday, Dudley. And this birthday boy was submitted to us by Sue in Milford.
He deserves to have a month-long celebration. Look at that face. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva, so send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yeah, you can scan the QR code at the top there to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And the time is now 5:57, so we're going to take a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, windbreaker, maybe more, at least in these early morning hours, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were in the lower 80s on Sunday, and here we are, mid to upper 50s this afternoon, maybe grazing that 60-degree mark. But we will see a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. And remember, you can get your forecast at any time by calling our First Alert weather phone at 443-880-9100. Now, your Paul Davis 10-day shows the chilly temperatures, but we do rebound back into the upper 60s by Friday, and then we're in the upper 70s by the end of the weekend and into the next week as this warming trend continues. And what you don't see here is any raindrops because we're going to continue to be in this dry weather pattern. We do need the rain. Certainly don't want it on the weekend, but we are in for quite a nice weekend as the temperatures rebound back into the 70s after this November-like chill on Delmarva.
Thank you, Chris. And coming up in our next hour, Bay Boost begins, the project in Fenwick Island that is hoped to fix a decades-long issue. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.